Welcome to the most exciting countdown in world football. Today we are ranking the top 10 players who will dominate World Cup 2026. The 2026 World Cup is going to be absolutely massive, with 48 teams competing across 3 host nations for the first time ever. This tournament will showcase the absolute best football talent on planet Earth, and we have carefully selected the top 10 players ready to shine. These are the superstars who will light up stadiums from Mexico City to New York and from Los Angeles to Toronto with their incredible skills. Some names on this list are expected, while others will completely shock you, especially our number 4 pick, which will leave you speechless. Before we reveal the number 1 player, we must consider age, form, fitness, and international experience as key factors for World Cup success. The World Cup is the ultimate stage where legends are born and careers are defined forever in the hearts of billions of football fans worldwide. So without any further delay, let us begin our countdown, starting with number 10, a player who has been absolutely sensational in European football. At number 10, we have the incredible Phil Foden from England, who has developed into one of the most dangerous attacking midfielders in world football. Foden has won multiple Premier League titles with Manchester City, and his technical ability is absolutely breathtaking for such a young superstar. The 25-year-old magician can play anywhere across the front line, and his football intelligence is genuinely world-class at every level. Foden was instrumental in England reaching the Euro final, and he will be hungry to go even further in the 2026 World Cup. His dribbling, close control, and finishing ability make him a nightmare for defenders, and he thrives under pressure on the biggest occasions. The Manchester City Academy graduate has improved every single season, and he is now a leader in Gareth Southgate's England squad. If England are to win their first World Cup since 1966, then Foden will almost certainly play a massive role in that success. Coming in at number 9, we have one of the most exciting young strikers in world football who has been breaking records everywhere he goes. At number 9, it is the Norwegian goal machine, Erling Haaland, who has taken the football world by storm with his incredible goal-scoring record. Haaland has been scoring goals at a rate that we have never seen before in Premier League history, and he is absolutely unstoppable on his day. The Manchester City striker has scored over 200 career goals already, and he is still only 25 years old, which is frightening. His combination of speed, power, and finishing ability makes him the most complete striker in world football right now, without any doubt. However, Norway have not qualified for a World Cup since 1998, and they face a tough qualifying campaign for 2026. If Haaland can lead Norway to the World Cup, then he will be one of the most feared strikers in the entire tournament without question. The big question is whether his teammates can provide enough service for him to truly shine on the biggest stage of them all. Haaland has already proven himself in the Champions League and the Premier League, so the World Cup is the only trophy missing from his collection. Make no mistake, Haaland is absolutely desperate to play in a World Cup, and he will give everything to make that dream a reality in 2026. At number 8, we have a player who has already won the World Cup, and he wants to do it all over again in 2026. Number 8 is the French superstar Kylian Mbappé, who has already achieved so much in his career, and he is still only 27 years old. Mbappé won the World Cup in 2018 at just 19 years old, and he scored in the final, which was absolutely incredible. He also scored a hat-trick in the 2022 final against Argentina, showing that he is a big game player who loves the World Cup stage. Mbappé has now moved to Real Madrid, and he is already breaking records at the biggest club in world football history. His blistering pace and incredible finishing ability make him the most dangerous forward in world football today without any argument. Mbappé has already scored over 300 career goals, and he has the potential to break every record in football history. The French national team have incredible depth, and they will be among the favorites to win the World Cup in 2026. With Mbappé leading the attack, France have a genuine chance to become the first team since Brazil to win 3 World Cups in history. The football world is watching Mbappé closely because he is the heir to Messi and Ronaldo as the next global superstar of the sport. At number 7, we have a player who has been absolutely sensational in the Premier League, and he is ready to dominate the World Cup stage. Number 7 is the talented Argentine forward Julian Alvarez, who has already won the World Cup, and he wants to win another trophy. Alvarez played a crucial role in Argentina's 2022 World Cup victory, and he scored some absolutely vital goals during the tournament. The Manchester City forward has developed into a complete player who can score, create, and press with incredible energy throughout matches. Alvarez has learned so much from playing alongside Erling Haaland at Manchester City, and he has improved his game significantly. His partnership with Lionel Messi for Argentina is absolutely terrifying for defenders, and they understand each other perfectly on the pitch. Alvarez has already scored over 50 goals for club and country, and he is still only 25 years old with huge potential. The Argentine national team are the defending champions, and they will face enormous pressure to retain their title in 2026. Alvarez has the perfect mentality to handle that pressure because he has already performed brilliantly in the biggest matches of his career. If Argentina are to win back-to-back World Cups, then Julian Alvarez will be absolutely essential to their success in 2026. At number 6, we have one of the most exciting midfielders in world football who is absolutely essential to his national team's success. Number 6 is the brilliant English midfielder Jude Bellingham, who has taken the football world by storm with his incredible performances. Bellingham has already become one of the most important players for Real Madrid, and he is still only 23 years old, which is amazing. His ability to score goals from midfield is absolutely extraordinary, and he has already scored over 50 career goals from midfield position. Bellingham combines physical power with incredible technical skill, and his football intelligence is far beyond his years as a player. He was absolutely outstanding for England in the last World Cup, and he has only improved since then as a complete midfielder. Bellingham has the personality and character to become England captain one day, and he leads by example with his incredible performances. The English midfielder loves playing on the biggest stages, and he always performs when his team needs him the most in matches. England have a golden generation of young players, and Bellingham is absolutely the heartbeat of this exciting team for the future. If England are finally going to win a major tournament, then Jude Bellingham will be the driving force behind that historic success. At number 5, we have a player who has won everything in club football, and he wants to add the World Cup to his incredible collection. Number 5 is the brilliant Brazilian forward Vinícius Júnior, who has become the best player in world football over the past few seasons. Vinícius has won multiple Champions League titles with Real Madrid, and he has scored in 2 Champions League finals already. His incredible dribbling skills and explosive pace make him absolutely impossible to defend against when he is in full flow. The Brazilian superstar has developed into a lethal finisher, and he now scores goals consistently at the very highest level. Vinícius is the main man for Brazil now, and he carries the hopes of an entire nation on his shoulders in every match. Brazil have not won the World Cup since 2002, and they are desperate to end that drought in 2026. With Vinícius leading the attack, Brazil have a genuine chance to win their 6th World Cup title in the tournament. The Selecao have so much attacking talent, and Vinícius is absolutely the jewel in that crown for the Brazilian team. If Vinícius performs at his best, then Brazil will be extremely difficult to stop in the World Cup 2026. Now we have reached number 4, and this is the pick that will absolutely shock you beyond anything you could imagine. Number 4 is the incredible Canadian superstar Alphonso Davies, who has become one of the best left backs in world football. Davies has won multiple Champions League titles with Bayern Munich, and he is absolutely essential to both club and country. The Canadian star has blistering pace that terrifies defenders, and his attacking contributions from defense are absolutely world-class. Davies will be playing on home soil in 2026, and he will have the entire nation of Canada cheering him on. Canada have never progressed past the group stage in World Cup history, and Davies wants to change that forever. The 25-year-old defender is the face of Canadian football, and he has inspired a whole generation of young players. Davies has already scored important goals for Canada, and he will be desperate to perform on the biggest stage of all. Playing in front of home fans will give Davies extra motivation, and he will want to make history for his country. Canada have a talented squad, and with Davies leading them, they could surprise many people in the World Cup. The Canadian dream is to reach the knockout stages for the first time, and Davies is the key to making that happen. At number 3, we have one of the most complete players in world football who can do absolutely everything on the pitch. Number 3 is the incredible Belgian midfielder Kevin De Bruyne, who is still world-class even at 34 years old. De Bruyne has been one of the best midfielders in Premier League history, and his passing ability is absolutely unmatched anywhere. The Manchester City legend can split defenses open with a single pass, and his vision is genuinely supernatural at times. De Bruyne has won every major trophy in club football, but the World Cup remains the one trophy that has always eluded him. Belgium have never won the World Cup, and De Bruyne wants to lead his golden generation to glory in 2026. The Belgian maestro has been performing at the highest level for over a decade, and he shows no signs of slowing down. De Bruyne's ability to control games from midfield is absolutely extraordinary, and he makes everyone around him better. Belgium have a talented squad, and if De Bruyne performs, then they can beat absolutely any team in the world. The golden generation of Belgium are desperate to finally win a major trophy, and this may be their last chance. At number 2, we have a player who is already a legend of the game and he wants to go out with another World Cup win. Number 2 is the Argentine icon Lionel Messi, who is arguably the greatest player in the history of football. Messi finally won the World Cup in 2022, and he completed his trophy collection in the most beautiful way. The magical Argentine will be 39 years old in 2026, and this will almost certainly be his last World Cup. Messi has scored over 800 career goals, and he has won every individual award that football has to offer. His dribbling vision and finishing ability are still incredible even at his advanced age, and he remains world-class. Messi has already announced that this will likely be his final World Cup, and he wants to go out with another trophy. The Argentine legend has nothing left to prove, but he still has the hunger and desire to win more silverware. Playing alongside young stars like Alvarez and others, Messi can still make a massive impact on the biggest stage. If Argentina are to win back-to-back World Cups, then Messi will need to produce some magic once again. The football world wants to see Messi lift the World Cup trophy one more time before he finally retires. Now we have arrived at number 1, and this player is the absolute best player in world football right now. Number 1 is the amazing French forward Kylian Mbappé, who is ready to dominate the World Cup in 2026. Mbappé has everything that a modern forward needs, and he is absolutely unstoppable when he is playing at his best. The French superstar has speed, power, finishing, and dribbling ability that is simply unmatched by any other player. Mbappé is the player that every defender fears, and he has already shown that he performs on the biggest occasions. With Mbappé leading the attack, France are the favorites to win the World Cup, and he will be the best player in the tournament. The World Cup is the stage where legends are made, and Mbappé is ready to cement his legacy among the greats. Mbappé will be 27 years old, and he will be entering his absolute prime as a football player. France have an incredible squad, and with Mbappé, they have the best player in the world, leading them forward. The French team are hungry for more success after winning in 2018 and reaching the final in 2022. Mbappé has the ability to win the World Cup almost single-handedly, and he has proven that time and time again. The football world is expecting Mbappé to be the best player in the World Cup, and he will not disappoint anyone. These are the top 10 players who will dominate World Cup 2026, and it is going to be an incredible tournament. From number 10 Phil Foden to number 1 Kylian Mbappé, these superstars will light up the World Cup stage. The 2026 World Cup will be one of the most exciting tournaments in football history without any doubt. All these players have the ability to win matches on their own, and they will be desperate to perform for their countries. The World Cup brings out the best in these players, and they will rise to the occasion on the biggest stage. We cannot wait to see these superstars play in the World Cup, and they will create memories that last forever. The tournament will be hosted across USA, Mexico, and Canada, and the atmosphere will be absolutely electric everywhere. Millions of fans will travel to watch these players perform, and billions will watch from home around the world. Football is the beautiful game, and these players represent the very best that the sport has to offer. The World Cup is the pinnacle of football, and these 10 players are ready to showcase their incredible talent. From young stars like Bellingham and Vinícius to legends like Messi and De Bruyne, the quality is outstanding. The 2026 World Cup promises to be a tournament that nobody will ever forget in their lives. These players have worked their entire lives to reach this moment, and they will not waste the opportunity. The World Cup trophy is the ultimate prize in football, and all these players are desperate to lift it. We have seen some incredible World Cup performances throughout history, and these players want to add their names. From Pelé to Maradona to Messi, the World Cup has created legends, and these players want to join them. The pressure of the World Cup brings out the best in these players, and they thrive on the biggest stage. Football fans around the world cannot wait to see these superstars compete against each other in 2026. The rivalries between these players will be absolutely fascinating to watch during the tournament. When the World Cup starts, all these players will be ready to give everything for their national teams. This countdown has shown us just how much talent will be on display at the 2026 World Cup. From the speed of Mbappé to the vision of De Bruyne, every player brings something special to the tournament. These players are the best in the world, and they will prove it on the biggest stage of them all. The World Cup is where heroes are born, and these players are ready to become heroes for their countries. We have seen some incredible World Cup moments, and 2026 will produce even more unforgettable memories. The players on this list have the ability to create moments that will be remembered for generations to come. Football history is written in the World Cup, and these players are ready to write their own chapters. The 2026 World Cup will be the biggest sporting event in history, with 48 teams competing. These 10 players will be at the center of all the action, and they will decide the fate of the tournament. The quality of football will be absolutely incredible, and these players will provide the entertainment. From the group stage to the final, these players will be the ones to watch throughout the tournament. The World Cup trophy awaits, and these players are determined to lift it above their heads in victory. Every single player on this list has the talent to change a game in an instant with a moment of magic. The fans will be treated to some extraordinary performances from these superstars in 2026. This World Cup will be special because it is the first with 48 teams, and these players will lead the way. The three host nations will provide incredible atmospheres, and these players will feed off that energy. From the Azteca Stadium to the MetLife Stadium, these players will grace the most iconic venues in football. The road to the World Cup final will be long and difficult, but these players are ready for the challenge. All these players have faced adversity throughout their careers, and they have overcome every obstacle. The World Cup is the ultimate test of character, and these players have the strength to pass that test. Football is full of surprises, and these players will provide plenty of moments that shock the world. The number 4 pick, Alphonso Davies, shows us that talent can come from anywhere and surprise everyone. Canada have a genuine superstar, and the world will see just how good Alphonso Davies really is. The fact that Davies is ranked above so many famous players shows just how highly he is rated. This countdown has highlighted the incredible depth of talent that will be on display at the World Cup. Every single player on this list could be the difference between winning and losing for their country. The World Cup is where careers are defined, and these players are ready to define their careers forever. These players have the opportunity to become immortal in the history of their national teams. The World Cup trophy is the most prestigious prize in all of football, and these players want to win it. From the opening match to the final, these players will entertain us with their extraordinary skills. The 2026 World Cup will be remembered as one of the greatest tournaments in football history. These 10 players are the reason why this World Cup will be so special and so unforgettable. The football world is counting down the days until the World Cup begins, and these players are ready. We have seen these players perform at club level, and now they will perform on the international stage. The World Cup brings out the very best in these players, and they will show the world what they can do. Some of these players have won the World Cup before, and they know what it takes to lift the trophy. Others are playing in their first World Cup, and they will be hungry to make their mark on history. The combination of experience and youth on this list is absolutely perfect for the World Cup. These players have learned from the legends before them, and they are ready to become legends themselves. The World Cup is the only thing that matters in football, and these players understand that completely. All these players will give absolutely everything for their countries and leave nothing on the pitch. The passion and pride of representing their country will drive these players to achieve greatness. We are going to see some absolutely incredible goals from these players in the World Cup. The skill and technique of these players is something that must be seen to be believed. Football fans are going to be treated to some amazing matches because of these players. The World Cup is going to be an absolute festival of football, and these players will be the stars. From the opening ceremony to the final match, the World Cup will be absolutely unforgettable. These players have been preparing for this moment their entire lives, and they are completely ready. The pressure of the World Cup is immense, but these players thrive under that incredible pressure. We have seen them perform in Champions League finals, and now they will perform in World Cup finals. The stage is set for these players to show the world just how good they really are. This is going to be one of the most exciting World Cups ever, and these players will make it special. The talent on display will be absolutely incredible, and we cannot wait to see it all unfold. These players represent the present and the future of football on the global stage. The World Cup 2026 will be the tournament where these players announce themselves. Some of these players will become household names during this World Cup tournament. The performances of these players will be talked about for years and years to come. Football is the beautiful game, and these players make it even more beautiful to watch. The World Cup is the biggest stage in sport, and these players deserve to be on that stage. All these players have worked so hard to reach the World Cup, and they will enjoy every moment. The memories created in this World Cup will last forever for these players and the fans. We are going to witness history being made by these incredible football superstars. The World Cup brings the world together, and these players unite their countries behind them. Football has the power to inspire, and these players inspire millions around the world. The legacy of these players will be defined by what they achieve in the World Cup. Some players wait their entire careers to play in a World Cup, and these players have that honor. The opportunity to represent your country in the World Cup is the greatest honor in football. These players wear their national colors with pride, and they will fight for every victory. The World Cup is about more than football, it is about national pride and glory. These players carry the hopes and dreams of their entire nations on their shoulders. The weight of expectation is heavy, but these players have the strength to carry that weight. We have seen these players produce magic for their clubs, and they will do the same for their countries. The World Cup transforms good players into great players and great players into legends. These players are already legends, and they want to add World Cup success to their legacies. The competition will be fierce, and these players are ready for the challenge ahead. The best players in the world rise to the occasion, and these players will rise to the occasion. The World Cup is the ultimate test, and these players will pass that test with flying colors. We have analyzed the form, fitness, and experience of these players to bring you this list. The 2026 World Cup will showcase football at its absolute very best level. These players are the reason why football is the most popular sport in the entire world. The passion that these players have for football is absolutely infectious and inspiring. From the first whistle to the final whistle, these players will give everything they have. The World Cup is the pinnacle of sport, and these players are the pinnacle of football. We cannot wait to see these 10 players light up the World Cup in 2026. This has been our countdown of the top 10 players who will dominate World Cup 2026.